Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? I am doing pretty well. So everybody's talking about this Super Slash Man trailer, the Christopher Reeve story. I am an 80s baby. I grew up with Christopher Reeve's Superman. He is very, very important to my life, and I'll explain that much later. I don't like. I want to get into the trailer reaction because I've seen a lot of people doing trailer reactions. I have a few people who sent me the trailer that wanted my reaction, so I'm gonna do my reaction, and then after my reaction, I'll talk about how important Christopher Reeves was for my childhood and how his situation hit home with my uncle who was in a car accident and was also paralyzed like Christopher Reeves from the neck down. So without further ado, let's get into the trailer because I don't want to like hold you guys up for people that just want to see the reaction and dip out. If you guys want to hear like how important Christopher Reeves is to me, being a kid that grew up with that version of Superman, just stick around to after the trailer reaction. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Let me get a swig here. And let's go, man. Let's go.
Everybody's looking for a hero. I am not a hero. That was a part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
That John Williams music
Hands
hits
down,
every
He
time.
was Superman from day one.
I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change my life.
John Houseman said, Mr. Reeve, it is very important you become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else.
He convinced me when I first met him that he would fly.
Doing things with my dad. It was all about activity and action. Riding bikes, playing soccer, skiing.
That music, man. Jesus.
My dad was very competitive and he didn't necessarily slow down.
We said goodbye and he gave this wave. That was the last time I saw him on his feet.
Mr. Reeve currently has no movement or spontaneous respiration.
Superman, crazy. Just that simple little thing over the horse.
I'd ruined my life and everybody else's. I won't be able to ski, sail, throw a ball to Will. Won't be able to make love to Dana. Maybe we should let me go.
She came flying in and she just yelled, "I love you. I love you."
And then she said the words that saved my life. You're still you, and I love you.
He and Robin were such good friends because they could match each other.
Robin also had struggles that he dealt with his whole life, and I think that they both were aware of darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like crazy. When you find people who fight like that but still keep their humanity, that gives you great hope.
That is tough because I can feel him, but he can't feel me.
It must have been hell for my mom, too, knowing what she had lost.
I felt I needed to do something, not just for myself, but for everyone else in the same condition.
The fact that Superman was in a wheelchair and was willing to go public with it was huge.
Help is on the way.
The Christopher and Dana Reeve Paralysis Act.
People are literally walking because of him.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences. Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, man. That hit. Hold on. that hit on a whole other level, man. Like a whole other level. Jesus. Oh my God. Man, that hit on a whole other level. I will be going to see that when it hits theaters for sure. Um, yeah, like I said before the trailer reaction, Christopher Reeves, like his Superman. I grew up with his Superman, and you, try not to get emotional. It just his Superman was like super important to me as a kid. Super important to me as a kid. Still to this day, Superman 2 is in my top 5 favorite superhero films of all time. And this is what I'm hoping that the next Superman movie will be. Superman, he gave us hope. He gave us an ideal to strive for. Those movies, say what you want about the third or fourth one, they made you feel good. They made you feel good. You know, that's something that I've been very vocal against with this modern Superman. You know, I like Henry Cavill. I enjoy Man of Steel for what it is, but it never felt like Superman. You know, the feeling I got when I watched Christopher Reeve's Superman, like he made you feel good. He made you feel like there's good people in the world. Like this guy, like he doesn't care if he's saving like a cat or whatever. Like he wants to do good. And Christopher Reeves was like the perfect casting to be able to um show that. And that's like I grew up in the 80s. You know, I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. You know, Christopher Reeve Superman was my Superman. And I said it before, you know, I remember my mom and my dad taking like a red blanket and like sewing it into a shirt for me. And I used to run around. I used to have like a Superman 2, like it was a white shirt with the Superman 2 movie poster on it. And I wore that as a kid all the time. And I used to run around, you know, and I remember like I used to like go up to like friends and be like kneel before Zod and like I've squeezed their hand and stuff, you know, all that crap, which was a very famous scene from Superman 2 where he makes, you know, Superman kneel before him and he just crushes his hand. Like it's such an epic scene. And it hits home on a lot of personal levels for me because it's a simpler time. I love that Christopher Reeve Superman is a beacon for hope. He's a beacon for hope and everything that's good. The world is in such a crappy place that we need people that are willing to give us hope and light. And that's why I feel like a lot of these movies today haven't done, especially the newer Superman movies. So I'm hoping James Gunn's new Superman movie knocks it out of the park. And another reason why this really hits out of the park for me, or hits close to home to me rather, is because like I mentioned, my uncle, he was in a car accident, and this was when I was very, very young, like maybe 5 or so. My uncle passed away a while ago. My uncle passed away many years ago, but he was in a car accident. He was paralyzed like Christopher Reeves from his neck down. I remember going over his house and visiting him, and him just being in the chair like Christopher Reeves and having no feeling from his neck down. And it was horrible. It was horrible on my mother. It was horrible on my family. It was horrible on him. And then, you know, years later, because being paralyzed, he passed away, you know, because people who are paralyzed don't really live that long. And, you know, Christopher Reeves passing. And I remember the day when we heard that Christopher Reeves fell and he got paralyzed and everything. And the fact that the documentary showcases that struggle more than the Superman. Like we all know the Superman stuff, but this documentary showcases all the struggle and what he's done for people who are paralyzed, and his relationship with Robin Williams, who's also no longer here, which also hits on a whole nother level. You know, this trailer means a lot to me personally because it takes me back to my childhood. You know, my mom was a massive Christopher Reeves fan, and although I never really saw eye to eye with my mom on a lot of things, we were close, but you know, we weren't like super close. When I moved out, I kind of stayed to myself. But my mom was a massive Christopher Reeves fan. She always let me watch the Christopher Reeves movie, and my mom passed away a couple years ago. So this trailer, it's on a bunch of different levels. It hits because I'm a Christopher Reeves fan. I grew up with Superman, and the struggle that he went through and his loss, and then my uncle and him being paralyzed and him gone, and then my mom was just passed. And like, if my mom was around, I would have showed her, like, look at this trailer, you know. You know, it just hits all kinds of different emotions, man. Maybe I'm on my man period, guys. I don't know. But phenomenal trailer, guys. Phenomenal trailer. But I want to know what you guys think. Please be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. If you guys can be so nice, if you stuck around to the end, you can just hit the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate that more than anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. You all have a fantastic day. Later.